Hey guys, it's Renee, and I'm here to share my projects for the month of January for Diamond Dyes. I just do not have any time lately to do anything. I get to sit down at my desk and craft maybe once every 2 weeks. So I am running way behind, but I wanted to share them with you. I'm pretty sure they've been on the Facebook page, so if you're on there, you may have seen them, or you can follow me on my Instagram, and I'll put everything down below for you. And I share pictures on there also. So I just have all my dyes out here that I used. I didn't use them all, but I'll run through which ones I used for each project. So the first one, I made a large tag, and I'm really happy with how this one turned out. I just cut a tag out and I roughed up the edges with my Tim Holtz Distress thing. I don't know what it's called. Then I added some paper on top, and I just wanted that to look sort of like a sandy color, and then used a honeycomb stencil and some distress ink. I'm pretty sure that's probably worn lipstick. And then I used some watercolor paper, and this is an image from Unity Stamp Company that I colored with my distress markers, and just did a little bit of watercoloring, and all the edges are roughed on each layer. And then I made these flowers using the sugar plum flower dyes, all of these ones, and I think this might be my favorite flower to use. But I cut them out, and then I used a honeycomb embossing folder, which I hadn't done any embossing on anything like that. So I embossed them all, and then I went over them with my distress inks so that the honeycomb would sort of stand out. So the colors that I used were tumbled glass, shabby shutters, I'm pretty sure this one is Victorian velvet, dried marigolds, and pumice stone. And then underneath those flowers is the Nature's Flourish dye, and I just sort of wound them in around it so they would stick up through. So after I colored the flowers, I went ahead and used my ball tool and my mat to give them some shape. So it did take some of the embossing out, but not enough to really make a difference. They're just not as raised as they were. And then the centers, I added some white flat back pearls, and I'm really happy with how they turned out. I think they're really cute. I really like the embossing on them. Not sure how well it stands out. And then I just added some twine and ribbon to the top. So that is my first one. My next project was a Valentine project, and I used the dress form, which it was my first time using the dress form, and the filigree heart, and I used the word set 1, I used the XOXO. So for that project, I made a bag, and all I did was I took one of the regular paper bags, and I just have one that's ripped apart at the seams, and then I lay it down on a piece of 12 by 12 paper, and then use some pinking shears to get the jaggedy top. I used 2 doilies, a white one and then a black one that you can't see as well. This paper is just some paper from my stash. I'm pretty sure it came out of one of the dollar things from Target. I cut the filigree heart out of, let me see. It's out of the Amy Tangerine $5 packs from Michael's. It's this pink one that has sort of the white dry brush across it. So I didn't want it to just be a solid heart, so I like how it has sort of a gradient to it. This black is just a piece of ephemera from a pack, and then for my dress form, I'm really happy with how it turned out. I cut it out of some like cream colored cardstock that, you know, a regular dress form is sort of that muslin color. So I cut that out, and then I heat embossed the bottom, and I'm really happy with how it turns out. I think it looks like actual wood. And then I cut it out again out of another piece of paper, probably from the same pack as this one. And I used my ball tool on it to give it some shape, so if you can see it's sort of puffed up there. And I'm really happy with how that turned out. This is just some regular white trim that I had, and I colored it with some black spray. And then when I put the dress on the dress form, I just had to trim off some of the sides of the dress form so it wouldn't stick out past the dress, since when I shaped it, it sort of shrunk up a little. And then this is some bling trim that I have, and I just added that to the waistband for a belt. And then the little exos are down here on top of these hearts that came out of the same pack as that. And then I just finished it with some sequins. So really happy with how it turned out. I'm loving the dress form, and I need to use it again and do the wood stand finish again, because I think that's my favorite part of it. And then my last two projects are sort of the same, but opposite. I used the word set one again. I used the Memories die. And then I used the Bear Tree die. So I made 2 4x6 cards that could be used for Project Life or whatever. I'll just show them together because they're just basically opposite. All the paper is from the Family Ties 12x12 pack, and it has a lot of blues and greens in it, and I really like the paper. So all I did was, I already had cards cut out of just some regular white cardstock. I think it's 110 pound weight. And then this one got the brown wood grain as its background, so that's just a little smaller than the 4x6, so it wouldn't stick out on the sides. And then this one got the leaf paper as its background. And then I just cut the tree out, and I used the negative image for the main image. So here's the ones I cut out, and I'll just save those and use them for something else. And just popped it all up on foam tape, so you would get sort of like that shadow box look, I guess. And then I just cut Memories out of 2 different cardstock. This one is a blue polka dot flowers, I think, and then this one is just green with the polka dots. And this one I had just gone straight across, and then I liked this one better that it went at an angle. And then added some yellow sequins to this one, and then just some brown and sort of amber colored sequins to the wood one. I think my original idea was for this one, and I actually like how this one turned out better. I like that the tree has the wood grain on it in there. So those are my projects that I had done for January. I will be back in the next video to show the new dies and pick the winner for the winter-themed YouTube Hop for Diamond Dies. So stay tuned for those, and I will leave my coupon code and everything down below for you, and a link to the website. So if you're interested in any of the dies, you can pick them up and get a little bit of a discount. So that is it, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.